welcome back to my vlog. Today is going to be some information about my last 1UP Nutrition Transformation Challenge, the challenge for January that I'm preparing for, and a grocery overhaul.
This is a before and after week 1 and week 12 photo from the 1UP Nutrition Transformation Challenge that I participated in for October 2019.
So the last cut that I did, I started at 163 pounds. I ended at 146. That was a 12-week transformation challenge, and that challenge started in August and it was towards the end of October. So in that point of that challenge, I was eating 1,500 calories a day. Some days I did go a little bit over. Some days I was probably a little bit under, but every day I was shooting for 1,500 calories, 33 grams of fat, 150 grams of carbs, and 150 grams of protein. Now, some days my macros weren't always spot on, but those were the macros that I was shooting for each day. The biggest challenge for me was to get the 33 grams of fat, because I'm really good at going over fat. When you start looking at how much fat is in food, it's really easy to go over that 33 grams of fat. So a lot of times that's where I fell short. A lot of times I was at 40, 50 some odd grams of fat a day. Some days I met the 33, but that was tough for me. The protein can also be hard to hit. The 1UP Nutrition protein powder will help a lot with hitting your protein macros. And then also really just utilizing the meal plan and macro suggestions that they send you, because I will go off their food list. So when I'm doing a cut, I will literally buy and measure out the foods that are on their list, and I'll weigh them out, and that really helps me meet my macro goals. Now, I'm preparing to do this transformation challenge in January. It starts, I think, January 27th. I think you can do the first photo on January 20th. So that's only a few weeks away. So in preparation for that, I am starting to cut my calories back. Now, when I finished the first challenge, I took my calories up from 1,500 to like 2,100 and some odd calories a day, because I wanted to do a little bit of bulking in between the challenges. And honestly, it's just really hard being in a calorie deficit all the time, and I don't think that that's healthy. I think that most people in the fitness industry would agree that it's not healthy to constantly stay in a calorie deficit. So when I finished that first cut, that first transformation challenge, I picked my calories back up. I gained 6 pounds. So when I finished the challenge, I was 146. This morning I was 153. I'm bouncing somewhere between 150 and 153, and I don't think that's too horrible considering the holidays. And you know, a lot of days I've just eaten whatever I want to eat. I've still been working out, but when I do a challenge, then I work out 2 hours a day, 6 days a week. When I'm not doing the challenge and the cut, I'm still working out a lot, but not that much. Like, I'm probably working out like 5 days a week. Some days I'm working out 2 hours, some days I'm just working out 1 hour, and I haven't been doing as much cardio. So when I start this new challenge, I'll pick my cardio back up, and I'm already starting to do that. So one thing that I'm doing this time is I'm gonna help transition my body. So I was up to like 2,100 calories a day. Starting this week, I'm going down to 1,900, and then next week I'll go to like 1,600 to 1,800. That way, in the end of January, when I start this next challenge, my body will be more prepared to go back down to 1,500 calories. So I'm gonna kind of gradually decrease my calories by about 200 to 250 calories at a time per week to week and a half. So also, I'm cleaning my diet back up. So this grocery haul, I'm about to show you guys what items I purchased. I will tell you that it is one struggle that anybody who has family members living with them or is going to have, or children living with them. I can't expect everybody in my household to eat the same that I'm eating. Not only that, these people will go behind me and go buy other food. So that's another challenge, is that there's still going to be temptations in my household. Sometimes I think it would be a little bit easier if it was just me, but it's not. And I mean, shoot, I love my family, y'all. I would not trade my family for the world. However, they will go behind me and buy Doritos and bologna and other things. Like, I'll buy bologna and stuff like that, because my kids and my mother-in-law and my husband, they can't just eat 1,500 calories. They can't just eat all the food that I'm eating.
But I do think it will help and does help their health also when I do a cut, because then they are getting less processed, less packaged food, lower food that's lower in fat, food that's just more whole, okay? Because I'm really just buying fruits, vegetables, lean meats, and for my carbs, it's gonna be, you know, like whole wheat pasta, rice, and it really helps them cut back on the sugar. And my mother-in-law has diabetes, and I think that like cutting out those processed foods and everything is super important for her and her health also. So it does impact my family what I'm buying, but I also will buy some things that I'm not gonna eat that they're gonna eat, and they will go behind me and go to the store and get some things that like snack food, because I'm not buying really any snack food. So they're gonna go behind me, they're gonna get some of that stuff, and I'm just gonna have to be, I just have to be strong and tough and have willpower. And when I look in the cabinet and there's a bag of Doritos in the cabinet, I've got to say no, you know. And a lot of this is about choices, because regardless, it's helpful if you can prepare and prep your meals and have them ready, but they're still going to be faced with other people eating things in front of you that you necessarily cannot have on your cut. Because this 8 weeks of cutting, this 8-week challenge, it's going to be very important, especially if you want to win. But not just what I learned about the last time that I did this challenge is, even though I didn't win any money, I learned so much about myself and how much self-control I could have. So the other thing is, there's not going to be any alcohol during this cut. I've let a little bit of alcohol creep back into my diet, and at some nights I drank more than I intended to. You know, when I had just like a glass or two of wine, things went fine. But you know, some days between the end of October and now, I've definitely drank more than I should. And when you do a cut, you can't drink like that, because you will make poor decisions about your diet and what you're eating. At least I will. Because if I'm starting to drink, I'm going to eat whatever I want to. The next day, I'm going to feel like crap and just want to eat. And I'm not going to want to work out as hard. And I just learned a lot about how my decisions really impact my health and the way that I feel, not just physically, but mentally. So one thing that I noticed about the last cut is, number one, my arthritis in my back and in my joints, my body felt so much better. When I eat clean and I'm eating a low fat diet, inflammation in my body goes down so much, y'all. And I'm talking about, I'm somebody who walked around, and I still do some. I mean, I walk around in pain sometimes. I've got some injuries from some repetitive motions that I've done and continue to do, and I don't want to stop working out. And I've learned that what I eat really impacts the way that my body feels, and what I'm putting in my body is super important. And what you're putting in your body is important. And you might not feel it at first, but I promise you that if you follow the nutrition guide that they give you, that One Up Nutrition provides, if you really stick to that meal plan and you're measuring out your food and you are intaking the proper amount of macros, and you working out and you're taking the supplements and you're getting the right amount of sleep, it's amazing how good your body's gonna feel. Other days that you're gonna be tired, when you start getting more lean and you're in a calorie deficit, yeah, there's gonna be days that you're gonna get tired, that you don't want to work out, or that you want to eat something else. But I still think there's enough variety in the meal plan. And I mean, if you're not a picky eater, there's enough variety that you can still not get bored of what you're eating. At least for me, I didn't. But you know, I also like fish, so it's not a problem for me to eat fish, turkey, chicken, lean, beef, pork loin, and I like to cook too, so I like to mix things up and season things differently. So let me get back into what I'm doing to prepare for the next challenge. So I'm starting to clean my diet back up. I'm reducing my calories. So starting today, I'm reducing my calories back down. Starting at I'm shooting for 18 to 1900 right now. I hadn't even really been counting my calories, y'all, the last few weeks. I've just been eating. Some days I'll try to count them, other days I don't. I use my MyFitnessPal app, by the way. And I can also, with MyFitnessPal, you can put in your calories, but you can also adjust your macronutrients. So you can adjust the amount of carbs, fat, and protein. But it does it, I think it does it by percentage, and it still has to all equal 100%. But so right now, I think I got it at like 60 some odd to 70 grams of fat. I think it's at like it's a little bit over on the protein. It's at 160. I don't really need that much protein. I probably need like 150 grams of protein. And I think it's at 180 carbs. So today I'm hungry right now, y'all. I've had a protein shake. I had the strawberry ISO, 1UP Nutrition ISO strawberry milkshake protein. That is my favorite flavor. For this meal prep I'm gonna do today, so I also have to cook. It's Sunday, so I'm gonna cook lunch and dinner for the family, but also hopefully I'll have some left over to take to work with me. I think I'm gonna make some lean ground beef vegetable soup with vegetables in it, and lean ground beef, tomato juice. And then for dinner, I've got some tilapia thawing out. I've got some lime, so I'm gonna marinate my tilapia. I've got some fresh garlic at the house. So garlic, tilapia, rosemary, salt and pepper, marinate that, and then tonight I'll put that on the George Foreman grill. I've got some veggies we're gonna have with that. And then we may have a salad or a baked potato with that. So let me tell y'all about my relationship with carbs. So for a while, I really thought that a low carb diet was the way to go, because a few years ago I had success when I cut carbs out and I lost like 10 or 15 pounds. And I thought for a long time that carbs were the enemy. And I mean, if you're doing a low carb diet and it works for you, that's great. But what I realized about me and working out, like if you're gonna work, I think personally, at least for me, if you're gonna work out a lot, like 2 hours a day, then your body needs some carbs for fuel. And I'm not talking about just any carbs. I'm obviously talking about healthy carbs from fresh fruit and vegetable, whole grain, oats, you know. And there's balance with it too. And cutting out sugars will definitely help. So I don't think that it's tough, because as Americans we have like so much sugar in our diet, and it's just like in everything, and it's hidden in all of the packaged food or in the fast food or just in a lot of the things that are easily accessible and easily ready for Americans in our fast-paced diet. A lot of that stuff is just loaded with sugar, man. It's loaded with sugar, and that's why a lot of people lose so much weight when they cut out carbs, because for one, they're cutting out all this packaged food. And just cutting out the packaged food alone is going to help your health and your weight and stabilize your blood sugar so much. And I don't think sugar is the enemy either, y'all. I think that it's okay to have some sugar now and then. For this cut, though, I'll be super strict with my sugar intake. Gosh, I can't believe I can ramble on for so long about nutrition. Well, I'll be back in a minute. I'm almost home. So once I get home and get the groceries unloaded, I'll show you guys what I got. So this is what I'm talking about when you got to have self-control, because you come home and this delicious biscuit and gravy and bacon is here. So during my cut, I just have to say no to this food. It doesn't mean I can't ever eat this food, but also you got to have a plan, because guess what? If you live in a household with other people and you do this transformation challenge, sometimes you're going to come home and there's going to be food on the stove that you can't eat, and you're going to be so hungry like I am right now. But that's when you got to stay strong, and you got to fix something different, because you can't have this today. You can have it though when your cut's over, a little bit here and there. Hi.
Hi.
What you doing?
I don't know.
I love you.
I love you too. Okay, I've got the groceries out on the counter so I can show you guys what I got today for my grocery overhaul. So I prefer extra lean ground beef when it's on sale, or extra lean ground turkey. But this was, a lot of times it's like $6-7 a pound, you guys. This was on sale, I think 2 for $6 or 2 for $7 for the 93% lean ground turkey. which has 8 grams of fat. You guys, you would think a lot of times that ground turkey would be more lean, but it's not necessarily the case. You should look at the back of the label, because sometimes the ground turkey has just as much fat, if not more, than the ground beef. So make sure you're looking at that. I always look for the woohoo deals at Kroger. So this will go with my dinner tonight that I'm making for the family. I've got some cucumbers. I did get some of this turkey sausage, a bag of carrots, avocados, spinach, another woohoo deal, celery. I got some yellowfin tuna. I got this for me to take to work, some turkey sausage. 3 links is 100 calories and 7 grams of fat. So what I'll be doing to prep my breakfast for this week is I will be taking this. I'll be fixing up some egg whites with some veggies in it to take. I got some sugar-free creamer. I don't really drink milk, so this is for the family. I might use a little bit of milk. Damn, that looks so good. Ugh. Okay, got some eggs, some light sour cream, some pinko to make guac with the avocados. Kiara loves guac. I got the chips for the family. I won't be eating the chips, unfortunately. They look good though. I got these mushrooms. They can be sauteed up with the ground turkey, or I can put them in my egg whites. I got some blueberries. I usually buy the pre-made packaged chicken, but I figured this would help me meal prep for this week to have some chicken that's already prepared. I got some peppers. These are on sale too, y'all. 99 cents. They got a bin where they put stuff. It's marked down. So I got the avocados and the peppers on sale for 99 cents. I got some lettuce. Egg whites. What I'll do for the week is I'll do a bunch of egg whites. I'll put a few real or whole eggs in there. It's just where I'm cutting, and eventually when I start the challenge, like I was saying, my grams of fat per day will be 33. And egg whites are full of protein, but they don't have any fat. So, like I was telling you before, my biggest challenge is keeping my fat grams low, so that helps me do that. Zucchini, that was also on sale. Onion, lime to marinate the tilapia that I already have thawing out. I got some diced tomatoes to put in the soup I'm going to make. And this is a cabbage, so I figured I'd put some of the cabbage in the soup. And then Mima might use some of the cabbage with this. She'll probably saute this up with some cabbage and some potatoes. So yeah, that's the grocery overhaul for today. And then I will record some of the meal prep too, so you guys can see what I'm preparing, what I'm prepping for my meals for this week.
So we just weighed out 150 grams, well 148 grams of blueberries, which is a pretty good looking portion. So that's my portion of fruit. Huh? Did you? That's fine. You can eat more. I'm just weighing mine.
I love blueberries.
Good. Blueberries are good for you. So I'm going to weigh out 368 grams of egg whites and put about 4 full eggs in it with sauteed vegetables. And then I'll split that up into fourths, and that'll be my breakfast for the week. I'm just doing it 4 times because one day I'll probably just have like oatmeal and a banana for breakfast. So I actually ended up with 350 grams of egg whites. I'm just going to keep that there because that was the rest of the one container I had, so that'll work.
Thing you got to be careful with when you're doing a cut. Cooking oil, butter, margarine, all that stuff is loaded with fat. So even like the spray is the best option, but 1/3 of a second of a spray is the serving size. So obviously we're going to use a little bit more than 1/3 of a second spray. But what happens when you start using your oils, your olive oil, your canola oil, all of that, look at this. 1 tablespoon is 14 grams of fat. Just 1 little tablespoon of this. So I might still use a little bit of this in butter here and there as I start to cut and dial things back. But when I do the true cut of the 8-week challenge, I will eliminate butter and oil completely. Just because it'll make me go over my macros quick. So first we are going to saute some vegetables for this breakfast that we're prepping. So we're going to saute onion, pepper, mushrooms, spinach. Then we're going to throw in the egg whites and 4 whole eggs. And we're going to mix it up for breakfast.
So I just did like, what, 6 sprays in there? I heated the pan up first to get it hot. Alright, and we gotta cut up some mushrooms. Kiara is filming for me. Thanks, Kiki.
Welcome.
Again, it's really all about preparation, staying on track with eating healthy, and when you're doing a cut and when you're doing the transformation challenge, you have to prep your food. At least I have to prep my food. Oh, And if you don't like vegetables, One Up Nutrition has a vegan red and green, and they have a powder fiber supplement. If you're not a veggie eater, I would recommend either one of those. I like to eat vegetables, so I don't have a problem getting plenty of vegetables in my diet for the most part. Now, if I have a busy day, and let's say for some reason I did not get a chance to meal prep, I might not get all my vegetables in. In that case, I'm going to go ahead and take my fiber supplement or my vegan greens and reds so that I can get a proper amount of fiber and the proper amount of veggies in my diet. So again, this is onions, peppers. Oh, garlic would have been good in here too. I don't think I have time to dice the garlic up, but we'll use some garlic tonight on our tilapia. We're going to let that cook for a minute, and then we're going to add in the spinach and let it saute. Thanks, Key. Probably going to have to add a little bit more oil too. Oh, so definitely recommend this pink Himalayan sea salt. That's going to go in there. Some pepper. I'm going to use a little bit of Cajun seasoning. Wow. Give it that good. Here's what it looks like now. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of cheese, you guys. That'll really make it yummy. But here's the thing about the cheese is I go farther into actually cutting, and when I start the 8-week challenge, I'll probably have to eliminate the cheese. In that case, I'll probably use a little bit of hot sauce or a little bit of salsa on this. But today we're going to add in a little bit of mozzarella, a little bit of cheddar. So here's how it turned out. I'm about to try a little bit right now, y'all. Oh, I got some hot sauce too to put on there. Let me try it without the hot sauce. That is so good. It's like a scrambled omelet. Yeah, this will be perfect for lunch or breakfast this week with the turkey sausage. Yummy. So good. And so here's a few snacks that I have. Peach yogurt, light string cheese, and I think this is like 90-calorie rice pudding. I'm gonna put some cinnamon in there. I'll try not to use a lot of packaged food though. So I mean, this will be my snacks for the week. So if I start getting a sweet craving, I got these to snack on. So this is 93.7 lean ground beef. But look, comparatively to the ground turkey, it's about the same. 8 grams of fat. This is the ground turkey, 8 grams of fat. 160 calories for 4 ounces. 170. Where's the protein? 24 grams protein, 22. So the lean ground beef has a little bit more protein, 2 more grams per serving. Now, I would be being dishonest and lying to you if I told you that meal prep is easy, because it's not. Especially when I try to do the majority of mine on Sunday. Sometimes I do part of it on Saturday, but we were out of town on a short trip with the girls, so we didn't come back to Saturday evening. I got laundry, y'all. I got laundry to do. I got cleaning to do. Plus, I'm trying to cook all this food. Sometimes I wish this stuff would just fix itself, but hey. Now I'm starting my lean vegetable soup. So this is a lean ground beef. Whenever I'm making vegetable soup, spaghetti sauce, chili, anything like that. I always saute my onions in my ground beef. I think it just gives it the best flavor. The onions will soak up the flavor, and the ground beef, it flavors it as well. Then I'm gonna cut up some celery, potatoes, carrots, a little bit of cabbage. I got some tomato juice to go in there. Then I'm gonna season it, put in a bay leaf and some other seasonings. And then I'm gonna add a bag of frozen mixed vegetables, frozen mixed veggies. You know how people say rinsing the ground beef makes it more lean, like you can rinse away the fat? Is that true? Comment below, let me know if rinsing your ground beef actually takes more fat out of it or not. Guess I could Google it, but I want to hear what the viewers have to say. So comment, let me know. Does rinsing your ground beef actually rinse fat away and make it more lean? So far in our veggie soup, we have the ground beef, the onions, carrots, celery, cabbage, tomato juice. We're gonna bring this to a boil. We're gonna let it simmer for a minute. My potatoes are kind of soft. Then I'm gonna cut up and add my potatoes. While this is coming to a simmer, I'm gonna go ahead and prep my tilapia and show you guys what that looks like. So hang tight, it's a process.
Oh, here's some fresh herbs that I grew and dried myself. I got some oregano. I'm going to add a little bit of that to the soup. The rosemary is key for the tilapia. Thyme, I think I add a little bit of thyme to the tilapia and a little bit of thyme to the vegetable soup as well, and some bay leaves.
Okay, so now we're starting the marinade for the tilapia. This is a garlic press. I love this garlic press. My husband got this for me. So I used to just cut up my garlic by hand. Now I press it through the garlic press. See? Fresh garlic, so you peel the garlic and then you put the peeled pieces inside your press, and it minces the garlic kind of. It also depulps it, so it takes the pulp out. Garlic powder will also work for your marinade, so you don't have to use fresh garlic. You can use garlic powder too, but I got fresh, so I'm gonna use some fresh. Then I also have 2 limes, and then we're gonna add some seasoning. We're gonna add some oil to this because the fish is so lean, it's gonna have some oil to cook. It might be nice enough weather for me to cook the fish on the outdoor grill today. It's cold out there. It's like, well, it's 47 degrees, but the sun is out, see? So I could probably, I think our soup is ready to cut up the potatoes. Gotta cut up these potatoes and peel them and add them. So this is my marinade. I'm about to mix it up. It's 2 limes that I squeezed in here. Sometimes I use lemon. This time I use lime. Some minced garlic cloves, some fresh thyme, some fresh rosemary, salt, pepper, 1 tablespoon canola oil, and a dash of white distilled vinegar. And I'm gonna mix all this up with a fork, and then I'm gonna debag my tilapia and put the tilapia in here. Usually I use a gallon freezer Ziploc bag, but I'm out of those, so we're gonna have to marinate it in a bowl today. Oh, let me show y'all the soup. I'll just add it in the frozen vegetables. I'd already cut up and added the potatoes. And we just add the veggies, the frozen veggies, on top of the veggies we already cut up. It's gonna be so good. Yum. So this is what the fish looks like in the marinade. I rolled each piece around in the marinade. But it's already 3 o'clock, and I prefer my fish to marinate overnight. It just makes it taste better. So I may not grill it tonight. I may see if my mother-in-law will bake it or broil it for us tomorrow night. so it'll be ready when I get off work.
I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. Here's another photo of me before and after the challenge. I'm so excited to see what this new challenge holds. Like and subscribe. Mwah.